What up everyone, Bart here playing. You wanted me to play as myself and here we go. A lot of y'all may not know this, but I used to be in a Marine Corps. I wasn't active duty, I was in the Marine Corps Reserves. And the reason why I joined the Marine Corps was all throughout my whole life I was what the fuck? That's Michelle Obama right here. But anyways, before I was distracted by Michelle Obama, my whole life I was pretty much like this juvenile delinquent. Like, I wasn't a bad kid. Like, I wasn't one of those kids that purposely try to be shady, purposely try to steal, or purposely start fights. But I was a very rambunctious, I never even use that word. I'm a pretty, like, mischievous kid, you know, like, I like to draw outside of the lines. Whatever the teacher tells me to do, I would try to do the opposite. I was just, like, very, very curious all the time. Why this? Why that? I don't want to question everything. So as a result, I was very, how should I say, like, I always got into trouble, like little troubles here and there in elementary school. I didn't turn in my homework, and then that kind of, as I got older, I got more curious and I got more mischievous. So by the time I was junior and high in high school, that just led me to gangs and doing criminal activity. So my whole life, it was kind of like I always got in trouble with the authorities, whether it was with teachers or with the police or whatever. And when I graduated high school, I graduated with like an average of like 1.83. That was like my, actually no. I graduated high school with like a 0.83 average. It was the bare minimum. I didn't even graduate. I couldn't even walk with the rest of the class. What I had to do was I had to finish up like 2 really basic classes in summer school where I just colored like the states or whatever, and then I picked up my diploma over the summer. And then I was like, damn, like I'm the only child and my parents must be like, shit, Bart's a fuck up. Like, we only have one kid, we only made one kid, and that kid is a fuck up his whole life. His past 17, 18 years of his life, all he did is get in trouble, get bad grades. Such a disappointment, you know, especially like coming from an Asian American family. You know, your parents, they hold you to very high standards. You know, all the other kids, I mean, all their friends' kids are playing piano, going to UCLA, going to Stanford. They're like Eagle Scouts, black belt, play violin, 4.0, all that. And here I am, kid who's been arrested a couple times, got expelled from 2 high schools, suspended all the time, and all that. And I knew deep down inside I wasn't a bad kid, you know. I was just someone that I maybe misunderstood, or the regular school system didn't stimulate me enough. And then, so like that, the good angel side of me, oh shit, I gotta pick guns. Well, the good angel side of me was like, man, you gotta do something to prove to your parents that I'm not a waste of a sperm or an ovary, you know? So I was like, what can I do? What can I do? And I was like, damn, I need some discipline in my life. So I decided that I wanted to join the Army. And then so I was like, well, you know, one thing that I realized is that you should always keep your options open and explore all the options. So I went to the Navy office, and when they kind of gave me their pitch and I looked at their uniforms and the way they conducted themselves, they were just more like regular people, but they're kind of like salesman-y to me. So I was like, they don't really fit with me. I went to the Army recruiting office, and then they were a little bit more my style, but they also didn't seem like too hardcore. And I was like, you know what, if I wanted to get discipline in my life, if I wanted to join the military, I want to be with a bunch of badass motherfuckers. So I went next door to the Marine Corps recruiting office, and as soon as I walked in, all I see was this dude wrapped up in a sleeping bag underneath his desk. And then I was like, what the hell, is this fool sleeping underneath his desk? And I was like, oh shit, someone just got hit in the face. And I was like, excuse me, I wanted to get some information about joining the Marine Corps. That fool was like, gets up out of the fucking underneath the desk, throws away his sleeping bag. Like, oh yeah, you want to join the Marine Corps? Yeah. And as soon as I saw that, I was hooked. I was like, this motherfucker is just like me. These are some badass motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck about bullshit. They don't put up this fake persona like, hey, I'm a salesman type of like persona, you know? It's just, I'm real. Like, this is me. I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna take a nap, but afterwards I'm gonna whoop someone's ass straight up. And I was like, shit, that's this is what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of the Marine Corps. And then I heard about all the training. No offense to all the other branches out there, but I heard about the training, like Army, Navy, Air Force. The boot camp is pretty much 8 weeks long, and from all the stories of my older friends that told me, it's pretty much cake. If you played a varsity sport in high school, it's pretty cake. There's it's not that hard. The only hard thing is people yelling at you, but they don't even yell at you that hard in the other boot camp branches or basic training. But then when I heard stories of Marine Corps boot camp, it's way different. I had homies that were in 2 varsity sports that were like, damn, that shit was still hard. And the way they yell at you was way different. So I was like, damn, I want some hardcore shit. Like if I'm gonna take martial arts, I ain't gonna be taking some fucking wushu ass like flowery shit. I wanna take Muay Thai where I'm getting fucked up, right? So with that, you know, with that philosophy in mind, I was like, I'm gonna join the Marine Corps. And then, but my main focus was definitely to still taking cover in this motherfucking African place. Well, my main focus was to definitely still go to college. That's what I really wanted to do, because at that time my mindset was I have to go to college in order to get a good job, right? So I didn't want to go active duty, because that would mean 4 years of my life is pulled away from going to college. So I was like, well, the other option I had was to join the Marine Corps Reserves. When you join the Marine Corps Reserves, you go through boot camp just like regular active duty Marine Corps people do, active Marine Corps Marines do. You go through MCT if you're not a grunt, which is infantry. You go through MCT, which is Marine Corps combat training, like all the other active Marines do. And then you go to your MOS school, which is your military occupational specialty, like other active duty Marines do. But the difference is after when you're done with all your schooling and training, instead of going to your active duty unit, you then are checking into your reserve unit, and then from there you check in, you file all your papers, and then you kind of go back to a semi-civilian life, except that you have to conduct yourself in your civilian life as a Marine, which means you can't have ear piercings, you can't be doing illegal drugs, you got to be respectful. Everything that they taught you in boot camp, you got to conduct yourself in a highly professional manner. And then so I was like, okay, you know, that sounds like a good option. I'm gonna be a Marine, and then when I'm done with all the training, I can go back to going to school, and then the only time required to train is 1 week in a month and 2 weeks out the summer.
Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm here to tell you at E3, subscribe to JustKiddingGamer.
Good thing you guys can't smell it, because my farts smell really bad. Oh, I'm just walking around this, oh man, and this.
No! You see what I have to go through? Can I have my chips back?
But Joe, don't you care about love and happy times?
Yeah, I would love a girlfriend, but I'm not desperate for one.